So I am back home right now. It is really hot in here, and I got my fans going to cool me down. Anyway, something came that was pretty cool. It came in the mail. So I do got to give a shout out to Grant Likes Tech, also known as Grant S. You guys may know him on other social platforms. He sent this out to me, and you know what? Like, to be honest, I really appreciate it, Grant. Thank you so much. Um, when I posted that tweet, kind of talking about the Pixel 7a, its exclusive case. I always just thought it is what it is. I didn't think that anybody would actually like read my tweet and be like, oh, well, I'll hook them up with one, right? Because this is the case that came exclusively with the Pixel 7a. If you ordered it through the Google Store and you got the coral color. Now I have the coral color, but yeah, mine didn't come with the exclusive case, the pre-ordered. So, and when you are someone who's a fan of Google Pixels, things like that you tend to hold on to. So it means a whole lot, that he was willing to part with it and to let me have it. So, yeah, one day, Grant, I'll find a way to pay it back to you. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, what's up, everybody? So I'm at ASU downtown, and it's really hot right now. Even my fingertips feel like they're burning. That's how bad it is right now. But anyways, I have a little video for you guys, kind of give you guys my thought. So I'm comparing the experience that I get with the Pixel 8a against my iPhone 12. So that's going to be the theme of this video. Got some time, but at the same time, we'll take a look around, see what's going on here. Okay, so find a nice little spot to just kind of sit and chill real quick. Just kind of talk to you guys about both these devices, right? And I know that some people will pretty much say like, well, the iPhone 12 is, kind of old, right? Came out in 2020, and the Google Pixel 8a just recently dropped about a month ago. But here's the realization of it. You know, older flagship devices, I guess in my opinion, can be comparable to, current budget flagships slash mid-rangers. And so that's kind of why that I'm giving you guys my experience between these two devices to kind of just give you guys an idea of just what it's like using both. Now, starting off with the form factor, both of them have rounded corners. So that's something that's pretty obvious with them. And I want to say, with the rounded corners, it is comfortable to kind of hold when you're holding them at the bottom. I think one of the things that kind of, really irritates me with more boxed, flat um, devices is when your pinky goes underneath to try to brace the weight of the phone. Then yeah, it can become a problem. Which I can say that, at least for me, it'll become a problem. But I can say that both these devices they're pretty light. So even if I was to brace them with my pinky, it doesn't feel like that I'm holding 5 pounds on my pinky finger. So that's pretty nice. Um, Given the fact that both of them have, dual camera setups on the back, I think it's a kind of like fair fight when it comes to the photography, which I'm actually going to show you guys here in just a minute. But comparing iOS to Android, they're pretty much similar in just about every way. I mean, you use apps, you tap the icons, the app's open, you use the social app or whatever app you're using, game-wise too, the same way. So it's not a large significant difference like it used to be way, way, way back in the day. Um, and I am running Android 14 on the Pixel 8a. It's running stock. I am running iOS 18 on the iPhone 12, and that's beta. So just kind of give you guys a little idea between both of them, what you guys might expect. But yeah, let's compare some photo shots between them. Let's do that right now because the camera's heating up. It is 113 degrees out right now. So yeah, let's go do some photos. Right now I'm coming at you with the Google Pixel 8a selfie cam, 60 frames per second, full HD. Already getting a warning that the device is getting hot, so I don't know how long this video is going to last, but I'll pan around so you guys can kind of just see the motions and how smooth just it goes through as it's recording video. But you guys can tell me to be the judge of it, you know, if it does pretty good. But I think the only thing that really bothers me about Google Pixels is that when they get the slightest bit of warmth, they tend to shut down video recording pretty fast just because of the heating, which I know other devices can actually withstand the heat and still record video, but I mean, that's just me. But let me flip it around, see if I can get you guys some footage right now from the main camera sensor. Let's see how it does. All right, so we'll go ahead, we're recording right now. I got another warning again, device is getting too hot, so the video quality may be reduced. But yeah, this is recording in 60 frames per second. So just kind of pan around. I'll do the little wiggle test that I did. And yeah, I think one of the things I can say though is that like the sky is not as blown out as it is on the iPhone 12, but you know, it's not miles better. Let's kind of just zoom in more. This is 3x zoom. So you have it. All right, so right now, vlogging with the iPhone 12. Everything's set up to be at the highest that I can do. So we are in HD. We are recording in 60 frames per second. And I'll move the camera around a little bit so you guys can just kind of see the motions. But this is also audio coming from the iPhone 12 as well, from its microphones on board. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, kind of pan around this area so you guys can get an idea of just, you know, how the cameras on the iPhone 12 does. All right, now this is video recording with the iPhone 12. Audio is coming from the iPhone 12 camera. And so yeah, we're shooting in 60 frames per second. I'm panning around. And I think recording in 60 frames per second on the iPhone 12 seems to be a little bit better than the Pixel 8a, but of course I'm just jumping the gun right now. We'll know when I actually look at the replay of the video when I put this video together, but yeah, let's just kind of zoom in. I think the zooming in transition is smoother also. Zoom out. And then go ultra wide. Go back to regular. This is what I was talking about though. It looks a little blown out. But not a Pixel 8a's will do. If it'll look blown out too as well for the sky. I think it might. Anyways, there we go. iPhone 12. All right, so continuing on, as you guys saw, a little bit of samples that I took with both phones, just to kind of give you guys an idea of just like how video and photos would play out between the iPhone 12 and the Pixel 8a. Another thing to consider with these two devices is also the intelligence of them. And while the iPhone 12 is getting iOS, well, you can get iOS 18 on it right now in beta, but technically Siri's supposed to be revamped, and you know they're going to have access to Chat GPT and additional AI services, which, you know, I don't know if those are going to trickle all the way to the iPhone 12, just because the majority of the talk is surrounded by the A17 Pro chip. So, you know, that's to say maybe the on-cloud AI is what I'll have access to, which is pretty much what most of the older Pixels will have, as Gemini Nano, which is Google's one, is present on the Pixel 8a, which is on-device AI. So that's something to kind of, you know, take into consideration between these two also is, you know, just like the advancements of the intelligence you want with your smartphone. If you're somebody that really, you know, uses and depends on AI services. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going inside the store right now to grab a couple of things. So I'll continue on with this vlog video. All right, so in closing with all of this, the Pixel 8a and the iPhone 12, I think, have their pros and cons. I know that's very, you know, like, you know, pick a clear winner type of thing. But really, it just comes down to, like, what do you prefer to use, iOS or Android? And then once you make that distinction, do you want to go with something newer on the iOS side, Or can you handle using something like the iPhone 12, which is a couple of years old? The Pixel 8a, being that, like I said, I classify it as a budget flagship, since it pretty much has just about everything the 8 has, minus the body build, which brings absolutely no performance value to the phone, and the size of the device. And of course, the camera sensors being a bit different, right? Sony camera sensors on the A, and then you have Samsung sensors on the 8 Pro, well, the 8 and 8 Pro, but the 8A has Sony sensors. So those will be like the minor differences between them. And I would say, one, that it pretty much shows just, how good iPhones are, that an older device like the iPhone 12 can still hang with the likes of something more current, the month-old Pixel 8a. But it also goes to say, too, just where Android has gone from what it used to be way back in the day to what it is right now. As that was the argument case way back then, was that iPhones were so much more powerful and more dominant over Android. Android has caught up and then some. So I find both of these to be a joy to use. And if I absolutely had to pick one, well, then you guys pretty much know what that answer is going to be. It's going to be the Google Pixel 8a. But this is just my quick thoughts on them. And of course, camera comparisons. But let me know what you guys thought. And let me know what you guys think of the photos between them. Tell me in the comments which one you think did better. Until then, we'll talk to you on the next one.